So this greenhouse, it's secondhand. I got it this past, I think, winter. Well, it's still winter now, fall. And for my friend, and we put it up. It's not what I anticipated. When I was looking at greenhouse videos online, I figured that it was gonna come with poles that I could pound into the ground, and then these legs could slide into said poles. But when it came, these legs, it just straight up and it has a curve, and then it's connected in the center, and then the same thing. So one rib is just 3 pieces. So thinking about how can I get this into the ground, and I think it was cemented into the ground prior, and I didn't want to cement out here because I don't know if this will be a permanent structure out here. I want to be able to move it. So thinking about what I could do, my friend was visiting and he said to use T-posts, and I have a whole bunch of T-posts. I was like, yeah, you're right. So what I did was I pounded these T-posts in 2 feet into the ground. These are 6 foot tall T-posts. So I'm like just under 6 feet. So yeah, about this much goes into the ground, and I spaced them 4 feet apart. And for the meantime, I just use this baling twine from those big bales we get from Nappy. Use that to just tie it up here, spiral all the way down, hit a tooth, come back up and just tie it. So it's temporary until I get it more permanent. And I'm glad I did that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unwrap these all the way down and probably keep this up here and then mark 1 foot and then use the angle grinder and cut it. I would love to cut 2 feet off of this. I don't know if I can do that. I'd rather just do one and then one again, but that's cutting 4 times. If I could just do it 2 feet and then 2 feet, that'd be great, but it's connected already up here and I don't want to bend it. I think 1 foot is okay, but lowering it by 2 feet, I think that's a bit much. So I'm gonna just be careful, start work on it, and see what happens from here on out. Pushing. Untie this. Sorry, start to untie. Just unwrap it. The pole is just sitting on the top surface of the ground. It doesn't even go into the ground. Only the T-post does. Okay, I actually, I don't even have to go that far. All right, 1 foot right here. So with the stress already on the skinny pipe right here, 1 foot is enough. If I want 2, it would really bend it, which I don't want. So 1 foot all the way down on one side, and then go to the other side, rinse and repeat. Kuching. So after cutting the last one, it was just really wobbly, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I forgot that it's not connected. I still need some more poles to connect them. So it was just free swinging in the wind. So I had to grab it, and I couldn't even let it go. So I just retied it. And then this one isn't connected as well. So I'm gonna hold off on these last 2 ribs until they can be connected. Additionally, I do have the end pieces, 5 more pieces. So I can put 1 more up. I need to redo that last post, and I can bump it out additional 8 feet from where it's beyond. So I just, more growing space. And then start this side tomorrow morning. Now that I know the process and how to do it, I could probably knock it out in an hour and a half-ish, because I took a long time today, but I had other things I had to get to. So yeah, once this is all dropped down, I'll really look at it, and I think maybe 1 foot is enough, but I think 2 feet was what it needs to be. So we'll see what it looks like at 1 foot dropped on the whole thing. All right. So 1 full side is done on the left side. I want to get to the right side today and chop off another foot as well. I should be able to knock out this other side like hour, now that I know the system, and then I should be able to get to the other side, and hopefully I'll be able to finish both sides before it gets too dark today. But yeah, with that being said, let's go. Oh man, the wheel just came apart, and I can't use this anymore. Even though this is still usable, I try to do it, it's just coming apart and it's not good. Setting the pole on a rock makes it easier to line up the rebar and mark it at 12 inches. And getting down on all fours makes it easier to make a consistent mark around the pipe. I found it easiest to cut the pipe halfway, switch sides, hold the weight of the pipe, and then finish cutting it off. And then I would retie the poles back to the T-post, leaving just a little slack because the pole is still floating right now, and as I continue to cut down the row, eventually it'll plop down, making ground contact. Hey, good morning, happy Monday. Well, let's go outside real quick. Well, the high tunnel is fully lowered by 2 feet. Yesterday, before the big game, I took the time to finish cutting off the remaining foot off of both sides of the high tunnel. The whole structure is now lowered by an additional 2 feet. Just looking at it, you can see how much taller it was and how much lower it is. Awesome. You know, this is my very first high tunnel. I'm hoping that the decisions I'm making are for the best, but I won't ultimately know until, you know, it's put to use during this growing season. From here, next steps would be making sure that the poles are completely taut with the T-post. I'll probably use some like tie down straps to pinch the bottom, that way I can secure them better. And after that, I will need to frame out a wall starting on the back side, because we measured off of this first, so I need that wall to be straight, and I'll have to build it with pressure treated lumber, have posts tall enough, 10 feet tall to reach the top, so it's gonna cost a little bit. So I gotta build a materials list and see what it would cost for the lumber to frame out the front wall, the back wall, as well as 2x6s on the ground contact, and then the hip rail, which will be about forehead height, all the way down 2x6s as well. That's where the tracks will secure to, and then I need to also buy the wiggle wire, that zigzag wire, to hold the plastic in place. So the framing, all that needs to go in place, and then once that's up, then I can order the plastic and the wiggle wire and get it situated. And even beyond all of that, the wind is still a major concern, so I will be anchoring it at maybe the corners. Somehow I have to figure it out. And then even the top middle, I'll probably put some bolts or eye hooks in there, and then to bring it at an angle. So when you look at it from the side, there's X's all the way down to hold the top middle down to the center of the ground. And it's gonna take a lot of rope to do so. So you know, this is my very first high tunnel. I'm hopefully making the right decisions for this, but I won't know until the time gets here when it gets put in use. But I am really excited to be growing in this controlled environment. Things such as, you know, these late freezes, early frost, high wind, intense sunshine. There's a lot of factors that make growing food here in the high desert very challenging. And I've been meeting those challenges head on with these past, 16 years here. But crops that I really want to grow, such as spinach, kale, lettuce, these greens, they're harder to grow here because of the spring winds and then because of the intense sunshine. So this high tunnel will really bolster my food growing capacity. I could plant way sooner in the spring, and also I can grow way later, probably as late as Christmas with the way things are going. So yeah, that is the high tunnel out here in Eastern Agency. You can see the structure from the road if you really look, but once the plastic goes on, it is going to be so noticeable. But with that being said, it is a beautiful morning. I need to get inside, get going, start editing some footage, and get this video posted. So if you're still here, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week. Koshi?